started. So today it is cold. I went to the store and got a set of sockets here so I can get the right size to push in the seal. And I got 27, 8, 9, 30, 32, 36 metric sizes. So I already checked, they seem to fit. There's two that could possibly fit pretty well to press in the seal. So we'll get to that pretty much immediately, I guess. The seal isn't in there all the way. Might be able to just pop it out. Nope. How did I get out the last one again? There it goes. Hopefully I didn't mar up the outer edge of this too much. It's a little bitey. Do I have a file or something? Smooth that lip out maybe. So I was using this to brush it in last time. That definitely doesn't seat in there. So I was pushing on the edge and damaged it slightly. It's just aluminum, so I just need to get rid of this lip. Okay, that might be the best to get it. I threw one of these, so definitely fits inside. How wide is it? 32 kind of fits. Yeah, so 32 might be able to push the edges. I just don't want it to be off in the slightest. That's maybe a little too tight. That's kind of loose. We'll be able to push on this. I think so. We can try 30. Need a seal. Oh, this one's entirely rubber. Should I put a little bit of oil on it, I wonder? I don't know. You know, I completely forgot to check the angle of the camera because I'm wearing a thing today. I haven't streamed in a while, so let's check this. Did I ruin? Dagnabbit. I smushed the spring and smushed the seal bad there. Looks like that lip caught it. Well, I will buy another seal. I knew I should have bought two. Later. So for now, I'm just gonna install it like this and then take it out later to replace that seal. And just keep moving forward because I really need to get this at least partially together. If I didn't damage it with this that one time, I might have been able to push it in fine. I don't know. Hold on, let me check camera angle here. Y'all are a little high then. That's better. Okay. Next step is to install this. Well, we would put a gasket sealer on it. And then install it. Let me make sure it's at least clean so I'm not pressing dirt into there. I think we would put some, yeah, we would put some thread locker on this. Looks like 8 to 15.8 foot-pounds, so really, really small amount. I'll just do that by hand. If you don't want to over tighten these go directly into the aluminum block. Okay, so that's on. Maybe that'll help space out the top or something when I'm installing stuff. 18 as interlock sleeve. Huh, let's restart this. Okay, that was weird. There was an encoding error apparently at some point. So I don't know what happened. Next we need these pieces here. before I really start assembling stuff on it. There we go. So this goes on something like this, I think. Does it? Yeah, so the holes need to line up. And everything else needs to line up. Fascinating. Okay. And we get our punch. And we punch it in. I don't know exactly where the hole is, so there it is. Okay. Almost. Okay. Apparently we're supposed to replace the pins as well, but I did not get a whole bunch of replacement pins. I can see why you would want to replace them, because if they are loose at all, then that'd be bad. But I think it'll be fine. I hope it'll be fine. It is a It is an area that would vibrate a lot. And apparently we're also supposed to replace the C-clamp clips, the outer ones, but I didn't order those because I didn't know I needed to replace them because I didn't look at this properly. Anything with an R on the instructions should be replaced when you take it apart, apparently. So, oopsie. All right, so next we need to 20. Oh, 20's a little bear paw thing. Cool. See, it kind of looks like a bear paw, only with 3, paws. But and then he has some kind of like weapon attached to his body. Moving on. It does not say to use thread locker on it, but definitely had some on it previously because it had blue on it, I think. So I think that's what the blue was, but I don't know. We'll probably just add some to it just to be safe. I did not take out whatever this is, and looks like it's held by a pin here, so you would take that pin out and probably drop out that way. Looks like a part that would wear over time. Maybe that's why it's replaceable. I don't know. Maybe next to the warm thing to help dry. I would just blow it out, but my tank is empty again. So these are gonna get a very small dab of blue on it. Pretty sure this is a steel part, so don't want it sitting too long without something on it. Like so. And make sure it seats with that C-clip properly, I guess. It seems proper. What are the torque specs on this? If I'm reading that right, it is 9 to 17 or 12 to 23. I don't know which number I'm supposed to be looking at. So our torques. Is it a 45? 45. Okay, so 9 to 17 foot-pounds. In other words, snug. but not over tight. Again, we're going to the aluminum block. And we don't want that to strip, because that would be a bad day. Make sure to triple check these. It seems at least the ones up front tend to loosen as you tighten the ones next to it. As it seats down, I would love to have a torque wrench that I could trust to be calibrated correctly and accurate this low, but I don't really have one. Alright, well, that's in. Then we start assembling the final clutch in gear. So I have yet to clean this, so that'd be the next step. Looks like I have a new bearing for it. New synchro ring. That was the old bearing. So we should have 3 keys, 3 springs, 3 balls, and 1 pin. Do not forget the pin or lose it. We have a thingamabob here, and if this orientation is correct, the flat side goes up, I think. So we're gonna have to double check that though. The old one's probably fine, but we bought a kit, so we're replacing. Almost done with the cleaning. New bearing. It looks the same. The old bearing's probably fine, but heck, might as well replace it. Good thing I kept orientation on 22 because it doesn't seem to say. Switching to new gloves. Actually, before I do that, let's get rid of this so I don't keep breathing all that junk. What I need from this is the pin. Alright, wheel this up. I should have given you a little bit more instruction on which way things are orientated. I think the flat side went in first. If it even matters, I don't know. So the pin goes in this hole here, on the bottom hole. So don't forget that. That goes where this little notch is. And the way I have this orientated originally is as far as I know, is the smooth side is towards the top, which makes sense. And then the slightly beveled or notch side is towards the bottom. So this drops down and lines up with that pin. So that pin keeps it from spinning. So we're good with that. And then we grab, make sure the bearing's nicely oiled. And the gear, just to keep it from rusting when it sits, because it's going to be sitting for a little while longer, unfortunately. You know, this whole thing was supposed to be together like, I don't know, 4 months ago. That's my original plan. Alright, bearings in, then we get our gear, and the gear goes in and sets against, meshes against this gear, and there. Cool. Synchro gear, and oil it up because it rests against other parts that need oil, and also needs oil on the inside to work properly. Definitely make sure that's clean. Okay. So this will have to line up with the next part. Front would be down, so that diagram does not help very much. I think the flat side goes up. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe the flat side goes down. Maybe I should have kept the orientation on this. Okay, so this side's entirely flat, and this side has a little pushy, pointy bit. So the pointy bits obviously go towards the synchro ring. So that could line up with that. Okay. Which means the beveled side is this way. Which means, okay. And the question becomes, which way does this face? Channel should go towards the synchro. Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I think the smart decision would be to take out this pin again, so I can lift this up to put the fork in. And then put the fork in and then put it down together, I guess, because that does not reach. But the fork has to go in with it, or else the pole won't. These instructions don't make sense. 1 second. Hold on. Okay, so if I take the plug out that I put in temporarily, this post will want to fall down. So this entire pole can be pushed down, maybe? Can definitely be, dang it, pulled up. As far down as it wants to go. Because we put the ball in, or one of the balls, and that keeps it from dropping, apparently. Which is confusing, because there's... Maybe I need to twist it? Maybe because it's on its side right now? I don't know. So I can drop it when I twist it out of the way then. And now it's free to drop all the way down, which would give me space to put that in. Right? So I can now drop that. I can grab the shift fork. And I can put the shift fork then, oh yeah, I could then slide it right in to where it needs to be. And then push the pole back up into it. Oh, I hope that ball reseats. Come on. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so now that ball is in spot, holding it. I'm gonna put the cap back on for now. Okay, cap's going back on loosely. Okay, so that makes more sense. I can figure that out later. What doesn't make sense is which way do the gears go on. Okay, I think the safest thing I should do, is look up the previous footage and then see if I can figure out which way these things are orientated in the footage. So I will be right back. Oh, it's cold. We're back. Okay. And it's only getting colder. Alright, so I looked at the old footage. Thankfully, I posted a video recently that's shorter, so I can just scrub through that instead of an entire, I don't know, like 6-8 hours of footage. Whatnot. So I know the orientation now. So I'm going to assemble the clutch assembly and continue on from there, and hope for the best. I am cold. Oof. Okay. So what instructions? The flat side here goes towards the back of the car, or up in this case, and this flat side goes with the little channels, the tri-channels in it, that goes down. or towards the front of the car. So this is the top. And yeah, so that lines up with that. Goes in there, and we're good. So now I have the fun task of trying not to lose my springs, balls, or keys. Yep, there it goes. Drop a spring in, rotate, key, and then the spring. So we'll hold on to it. But just in case, the flatter side goes towards the center. There's probably a really good technique to do this. I do not know this technique, or if it even exists, but I'm gonna do my best here to make my own. Okay. Push those two in. Why can't I push this one in? And I dropped one. Okay, we're just gonna partially set those two in. This one fell out. Stays clean. Oh, one shot out. Let's see, it was this one. So where'd it go? I really hope it didn't just bounce, because I wasn't looking. Did it? Did it bounce? It bounced. Okay, well, there it is. Okay. Whew. Okay, so that was a bad idea. Okay, so those two are in, and this one fell out. So let's try to hold these two in and fish the last one in. Okay. Make sure the clips go down with it. And seat for keys, that is. Okay, those all seated. Cool. Ah, that was a lot. Oh well. Alright, so that seats on here. Like so. And then this drops down. I can press it in partially myself. So that needs pressed down. You can use a hammer, but oh, it's cold. It's cold. Yeah, I'm gonna use a press. So what I think I saw online once, someone used some wood to push it in. Okay, so I need it to push on that. Let me put the transmission on top of it. Okay. Alright, so the problem is I need this bar to not be in the way. That might be a big, be a tall order. So if I rotate it this way, can I sort of do that? I'll have to pay very close attention to that. And then let's grab like a slab of wood or something. So that's not gonna work. A couple smaller pieces. How tall would that need to be? Like 4 or 5? We'd have, well, really we'd have a socket of sort here. And we'd have wood and more wood and more wood And more. Ow. Let's see if we can add another. Okay. All right. That is something. And surprisingly, that lines up pretty well. So, yeah. Okay, and I just gotta make sure this back pole doesn't collide with the rear end of this at all. 'Cause there's this sticking out here. It's going down. It just moved. Got my left hand clean for this. So I can get this gear lined up for the synchro ring. No, we'll do that in a minute here, but let's get it further down. Okay. Now let's line it up. Try not to push the balls out. These. It's not easy to line up. In there correctly, yep. Okay, so this is still able to shift a little bit. Okay. Okay, that's starting to bow, so I think that's enough pressure I can put on it. Let's relieve it. Okay. I mean, I don't know how to tell if that's all the way on or not. Line up the synchro with the gears, and it clicks in just fine. Did it fully engage? I think so. I hope I didn't put too much pressure behind it. All right, so then we have a snap ring. Okay, so I should have one. Where did I put that? Probably show up after I'm done. Did I lose a sphere earlier? See one there. Okay, I see one there. I see one in there too. Yeah, those seem to have balls in them. So maybe that was one I lost before and replaced. Ooh, I would have kept it in here probably. Ah, here we go. Yes, with all the other parts. Okay. Cool, so we do have a replacement one. We're still gonna put the old one in first. All right, so, wow, that feels loose. Now we'll give it a shot. Oh. There it goes. Feeler gauges. Oh, there that goes. Doesn't seem to fit in there at all. So I think we can keep the old one. Fluke, we'll see if this fits in there. Bites but doesn't go in. Bites but doesn't go in. Cool. That works. Unfortunately, my glove got in there too, so we gotta take it out again. And we're back. I think the battery died. Where was I? Oh. Well, I started tapping it around, and I think I freed most of the glove, so tap it a little bit more. Yeah. And then if I had tweezers, I'd use tweezers, but I don't, so... The rest of it, I mean... No, it's still in there. Dang it. Well, that went flying. And now I've lost it. Well... I really don't want to search for something that flew across the room. So we're gonna put in the new one, and hopefully that still has good clearance. Because I think the part I got was the same size. It seems like a lot more... actually I don't know. Did not work. Oh, and that's on the edge of falling in to the transmission. Where's my magnet? Here it is. Whew. That was close. I do not want to have to open this up again. There we go. Now that's in. Remeasure again. This is the 0.1. Oh, nope, that fits. I have to find the old one. Ah! You know, it's cold. Here it is. Found it. We're good. Never mind. I was about to say let's call it a night. I'm cold, but I'll find it off stream and put it in and start tomorrow. But no, found it now. So we're going to not lose it. Take out the new one that does not fit, and then install it. This doesn't matter if it goes flying as long as it doesn't fly into the transmission. We are good. Grr. Ah. Just does not want to come out. Hey. I feel like I should have been wearing eye protection for that, but it worked. I'll keep this trick in mind. All right, okay, then we just reinstall this one. Double check the clearance, and we are set with this. Okay. There we go. That's in. 0.1. Up in the bottom. Seems to bite at the top, it doesn't actually go in. Take our skinny one. And that just goes right in. Cool, we are within spec. How on earth am I gonna get this back in the car? On the floor. I know it doesn't seem like we made a lot of progress today, but we made progress, and that's all that matters at this point. I'm gonna warm up a little bit because it is cold. So we want to consult the instructions. Pull the SST up and then install the steel ball, pressuring the spring and plug from outside of the transmission case, then secure the shift rod. So it doesn't tell me where the balls go, unfortunately. So there's 2 more balls and a spring. They go in this hole, apparently. At least one of them does. One of them goes in this hole, then the spring, then the cap. And then the other one I'm guessing goes between this pole and this pole. In that hole, maybe? Maybe? I'm guessing. That'd make the most sense. So, especially with the way it's saying to install it. So there's like a special rod tool that you can use to help do this apparently, but we're gonna try to do this without it. So here goes nothing. All right, I figured I'd kind of draw this out for you guys real quick. So there is a hole. This way is up. So we got a hole and we got another rod area here. Oh, okay. Let me try this out. Okay, so we got, this is kind of a cutaway of the transmission casing. So we have a hole in the side here that goes all the way through. Then we have a rod that goes all the way through this hole. That has been, we've already installed this. And behind this rod was that spring and a ball. And that spring compresses the ball against this rod. And what we're about to do is we're about to install a ball right here between this rod and this other rod. This other rod is the one we've been able to twist and drop down after removing the plug out at the bottom. This one has a little plug holding in at the bottom inside the bell housing. So we remove this plug, twist it, and we should be able to push the rod back down. Then you put the ball in here, and the ball goes there. Then there's a third ball. After this is all together, there is a third ball that goes into here. So we got a ball here, and then another spring, and then there's a cap that goes on right here. So we got 3 balls, 2 springs, a cap here and a cap here, and then 2 rods. And this is what's facing upward right now. So this way is up, and this way is out to the side. That's to help make more sense out of this. This rod's already stuck in there. So we need a steel ball. This way. Okay. So then in here, we have a plug that we're removing. So we just put that in loosely. All right, got our plug back. And that's for this rod. Okay. So then I should be able to twist this rod, or lift and then twist, lift and twist, and then it'll start sinking down. Okay. So we can push it. Don't push it all the way through so we don't lose. Actually, no, it doesn't matter because that's on the other side. Right? Right, okay, so we drop it down a little bit. So there's our hole. Take the ball. Try to get it in there. I'm gonna fish it into the hole, hopefully. Okay, now it's in the hole. Let me push the rod back up. So now the ball is between these 2 rods. And there's a notch on this one, so we're going to spin it back around so the notch faces the other rod. And wiggle around up and down a little bit till we hopefully get it to lock in somewhere. Or not. Okay, so it's not going to lock in. Actually, we don't want it to lock in because I got to install a shift fork. So we're going to take the shift fork, install this. Okay, shift fork is in. Needs to go in here and just slide on here. Then we turn this and make sure the notch is facing the right way so we know where that is. Push it up into the shift fork. Okay, and then there's a hole that needs to line up with the other hole. There we go. So those holes line up so we can put our pin in. And since it's at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and at least temporarily, put this plug in case it decides to fall. Okay, plug is in loose. I don't want to hit it on that. I want to hit it when it's on the ground, so make sure that's all lined up as best I can. Tilt this up. Grab our pin, which should be a new pin, but since I didn't order a whole bunch like I should have, we're just using one. Okay, and then this goes in hole, which is not lined up at all right now. Where is something skinny, long, pointy, sturdy? Here we go. This will work. So use this to line it up. Tap, tap, tap. Going in. Hey, we're getting closer. Okay, and let's go ahead and install this. Do I need sealer on that cap? Probably. Yes. Why have I not ordered more sealant? Let's hope I have enough in that tube. Okay. Ball goes in the hole. Ball goes in the hole, spring goes in the hole, and then we cap it. What size is this? 40. Okay. See if we have any more sealer on this tube. Kind of doubt it. This should be fine. Careful not to cross thread. A spring, there it goes. And 10.2 to 17.3 foot-pounds. So same as the rest, just snug. Not super tight. All right. Theoretically, I don't have to deal with any more balls. 33 would be that one. The bottom one gets torqued 20 to 35 foot-pounds. All right. So next, oh, okay. Take out the plug, clean it up, put some sealant on it, and torque it. Hey, where's my stuff? 12 fits over snug. Okay. Well, that's a backwards way to do this, but I mean, as long as it works. Just wait till you see my final form. And hopefully we have enough. $20 to $35, okay. Apparently that's already 30. I still gotta take off that piece there and then deal with the seals on that one, but I'll do that later. We're finally able to move on to another page. Favorite part I keep messing up repeatedly, seals. So I might as well replace the rear seal here. We have a new one. Got it. This new one isn't as deep. Hopefully it's as good. Now we gotta clean it up. Shift lever off. There it goes. Huh. We'll keep that from getting too much cleaner on it. Who put that laptop there? I was gonna replace this, but couldn't get the part.